Hey guys, welcome back to the channel guys. We have that Mazda CX-7 that we purchased and we don't know much about it. We got it from an auction and we did an engine replacement guys. So we're gonna check the brakes, we're going to remove the brake pads and rotors and inspect them, check and see how everything is doing. So we'll demonstrate in the meantime how to put new pads or if you want to replace brake rotors. We don't know if we're going to be installing new ones yet, we just need to take everything apart, but it will be very helpful video if you're doing a brake replacement. So stay with us guys, please subscribe, let's grow the channel together and let's go ahead and start on it now. So we'll be demonstrating on the passenger side, right side of the vehicle. Jack the vehicle up guys. Always use a jack stand, never rely on the jack itself. Because if it fails and you're under the car, it's a big trouble. Okay, so we'll just have it on jack stands now, and we're going to go ahead and take the tire off, the wheel off. So just getting the nuts loose. Okay. We have quite a few videos guys, so feel free to check them out. And that's what we have here now. Okay guys, we will turn the tire to the right so we can access the bolts now for the caliper. But now we need to compress the piston inside the caliper, because when you install new brake pads, what is going to happen, they will be wider, they will be thick brake pads because they're new, not worn out. And if the piston is sticking too much out, you won't be able to place the caliper on top, okay, right here. So we need to compress the piston. If you have a tool, there is a compressing tool that you can borrow from a parts store or buy inexpensively for less than 20 bucks. You can do that once you remove the caliper. If you don't, not recommended, but you can do it with a screwdriver. That's how we do it, but we recommend using the right tool. Okay, but if you get the screwdriver between, okay, you can see between the brake pad and the caliper. Okay, it's going to compress the pistons. It's a double piston caliper. Okay, so you can see how much play we have now. So that should be enough. That should be enough for placing new brake pads on this one. We'll have a video how to use one of those tools that I told you. It's coming soon on our channel. And now with a 17mm socket, we're going to remove these two bolts. You need to make sure you do a very good job on a brake replacement, because that could be very dangerous. And there is a thing that you need to do when you're done with it, and make sure you stay with us to check it out, because otherwise you can crash a vehicle. We've seen people doing that. It's something that you might not think of at first, not paying attention. Okay, and this one is extremely tight for some reason. Super tight. Okay, and you can find the torque specs usually. You can find them online, so if you need to get everything right. Okay, taking this one out now. Just pulling those glides out, and that's the time to clean them guys. Grease them a little bit if you have some rust in them. And now we can go ahead and pull the caliper out, but it's important now to get a zip tie or wire or something, but we recommend a heavy duty zip tie, and tie it for the shock or somewhere so it's not hanging on the brake line right here, because if it is, it can damage it, and if you break a brake line, you lose your brakes, so that's probably no fun. Okay, you can see like that, there will be no pressure. Those are the pistons, okay, that need to be compressed. You can see, so you can see a video how to use the tool. Okay, let's inspect the brake pads now. You pull them to the side, okay, like that. Make sure you get the one with the new shimmers. Those are the shimmers right here. Okay, you can see that metal piece that came out, because they get wore out, they get really squeaky sometimes. So when you buy some, get them with a new one. And this one is halfway down, it got pretty shiny, so most likely we'll just go ahead and order new ones. Okay, let's check this one out as well on this side. and yeah, halfway done, but they look pretty old to me. So we'll be ordering definitely some new ones. And what is recommended when you put new brake pads, it is very important to have the brake rollers turned. You can take them to the parts store. They're going to cut a very minimum top layer out of them to make them even. So when you install new brake pads, you have excellent performance on the brakes. So we'll show you how to remove the roller now. Yeah, if you need to replace it or you need to take it off to have it cut. So in order to remove the brake roller now, we need to remove two bolts with a 19mm socket. Okay, right there. And this is the one holding the mount for the brake caliper there. Okay, got those loose. Once you get them loose, they go by hand pretty easy. Usually, unless you have a lot of rust build up there. Okay, and even on the brakes everywhere it says Ford Motor Company. You know, Mazda and Ford developed quite a few vehicles lately together. So pretty much it's almost the same suspension like a Ford Focus on steroids. Okay, well, we can go ahead, pull that bracket out, and we're almost there next to the brake roller now. So we have two screws holding the brake roller to the hub, and those are usually really tight. With a regular screwdriver you cannot take them off. If you use one of those bits, guys, it needs to be the one that fits perfectly fine. If it doesn't, you're going to screw up the bolt. Get it there and hammer it a couple of times. Okay, gently, not too much. And with a ratchet, not a screwdriver, with a small ratchet, okay, you can see we took it off. And now we need to get our bit out of there because it's stuck pretty much. Okay, like that. Now we can go ahead and take them with a screwdriver. We got the other one loose already, so we can save you some time, but just show you how to do it. Okay, and even though we got it loose, it's still pretty tight, so we're going to use a little bitty bit here. Okay, right there. Check out, guys, our first channel, World Mechanics. It's growing crazy fast. Okay, right there. Now the roller will be stuck here pretty good. Okay, next we're using, guys, WD-40 penetrating oil, and it will be good if you do that the night before you remove the rollers. You need to spray right there, okay, because they will be stuck really good and it will be really hard to remove them now. If you're replacing them and you're not afraid of breaking a roller, it's fine. But if you just need to remove it to have it turned, okay, we're going to use a rubber hammer. You can see, don't use a regular hammer. And gently tap it out from the back, okay? And it's going to come out of there, as you can see, just like that. So that's the roller right here now. Okay, so we're going to go ahead, order the brake pads, and we'll be doing the same procedure again because the disc roller will need to be turned definitely. You can see there is some rust on it where the car was parked for a long time, not driven. So we'll just go ahead, get the two. You need to get the two screws tight. Okay, and we'll need to install the bracket for the caliper right here, this one. And what we're going to do, guys, we're going to use some thread lock. We recommend doing that because that way the bolts will not get loose from vibrations. We always do that. Had some bad luck in the past, people not getting bolts tight enough. Okay, that's the thread lock right here. So we're just going to squish a little bit on the bolt. Okay, like that. And we will go ahead and install the bracket now. Okay. Okay, right here. And the top bolt as well. Okay, we're going to get those tied by hand now. Do not break them, but you don't leave them loose as well. Okay, right there. And what you need to do, guys, when you install new parts, make sure you replace the shimmers here as well. Now we're just going to get the brake pads in, and what you do, you just slide them in like that. Okay, you can see you need to get it on both sides at the same time. Okay, we got it in. So if you have some negative comments about putting old brake pads, that's until we receive the ones at the parts store. Being in a smaller town, you always have to wait for parts, as you know. Okay, this one here, we just want to make sure, because sometimes you buy a vehicle, it has brand new brakes, you never know what people did to it. So it's always good to check the important stuff. Okay, right there. Now what we're going to do, we will just go ahead and remove the zip tie. Okay, and we can get the brake caliper, install it on top. And one more thing, very important thing that we need to do, stay with us until the end to see. Okay, we need to get the two bolts. Those are the glides there that it slides on those left, back and forward, you know, when you hit the brakes. So you need to make sure those are clean and lubricated as well. Okay, we'll get those tied as well by hand now. And now it's very important, guys, that you go inside the car. When you go inside the car, you need to pump the brakes a couple times, at least 10 times. Press the brake pedal all the way down at least 10 times, because now the pistons are too much in, and if you hit the brakes first 4 or 5 times, you will not have brakes because it's getting fluid and compressing them back in. Okay, and okay, that's good, perfect. So now your brakes are good to go. So that will be the whole procedure, guys. If you're installing new pads, make sure you get a new roller as well, or have the old rollers turned. Thank you guys for watching, please subscribe and see you next time.